Welcome everybody tonight to this special called board meeting for the Rockcastle County Board of Education. This meeting is now called to order. The first thing on our list is a moment of silent prayer. Item 1B is the roll call. Let the minutes note that all board members are present either here or via Zoom. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
Item 1C is a reading of board team commitments. If it's okay with everyone, we're not going to do that tonight. You have copies of those. Item 2, adopt the agenda. This is a special called meeting, so no changes can be made. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 3, public comment. No one has been asked to be put on for public comment, so we can pass over that. Item 4, operations and actions. Ms. Carey, is there anything that we need to know that is different than, okay?
No changes.
No changes, so need a motion to approve operations and actions.
So moved. Second.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Item 5A, review and approve the tax rate for the 24-25 school year. Dr. Ballinger?
Yes, I would like to recommend that we keep our tax rate the same this year as it was last year, and that tax rate is 43.8 cents. So it would be the same tax rate as last year.
Any questions? This has already been 2 weeks ran in the newspaper. If anyone needed to be here tonight, that is so. This is a public hearing for that. With that being said, need a motion to approve the recommendation by Dr. Ballinger.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 5B, review and approve the district health consultant RN job description.
So we had Ms. Jessica Dollins, our district nurse and our middle school nurse. She gave us a letter of resignation, so her resignation will be effective. I think it's September 1st, August 31st, I think is what she put on there. So she served in a dual role, and we have to have an RN over our district nurses, over our health program. And we also, again, we have to have a middle school nurse. So I'm asking the board to separate those two jobs out and create this position of a consultant where that we could have an RN that will fill those needs that we have for that program or those nurses, and oversee our health program. Will be a part-time position, but it will allow us to continue to move forward and have that service. It's very difficult to find an RN that would work full-time and fill this position as it is. So we're asking the board to split this position up, and that way then we'll have a middle school nurse that will do those duties, and then we'll have this part-time position that will oversee our nurses.
And we are required to have.
We have to have a
Yes.
RN to oversee the program, Medicaid, immunizations. We have to have someone that can review those and sign off on those kinds of things, and oversee our nurses.
Is there any questions?
No.
Need a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Item 5C, review and approve the 24-25 salary schedule. Ms. Jenny?
The salary schedule has been updated to include the salary for the district health consultant RN.
That's the only change. Need a motion to approve?
I'll motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Now we need to recess to our district financial corporation meeting. Need a motion? Okay,
A second.
okay, all in favor?
Mhm.
Next, I would like to call this meeting of the District Financial Finance Corporation to order. Item 2, confirm the corporation officers and members. Officers, we have Angela Stallsworth Mink as president, Carrie Ballinger as secretary, and Jenny Sweet as treasurer. Members being Anna Stevens Goff, Angela Parsons Woods, Lisa Cornett, and Matt Coliff. Don't think we had to have an approval of that, did we? Nope, okay. Item 3 is approve the minutes of the prior meeting.
Yes, so those minutes are uploaded in your folder.
And I'm not sure what the date was, but it was
October the 13th, 2023.
23, okay.
October
Says-
10th, 2023.
They're on this, they're on this.
Yes, October 10th, 2023. So we need a motion to approve those minutes.
After you read, I just need a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay,
I second.
all in favor?
Yes.
Item 4, consider adopting a resolution for the issuance of school building revenue bonds. And I think at this time I have to read this, correct? Okay,
Just the beginning part.
just the
Yeah.
beginning part?
We've got it. You need to read what's on there.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what
what we
you got,
typed for
okay,
you.
all right,
Yes.
good. A resolution of the Board of Directors of the Rockcastle County School District Finance Corporation relating to and providing for the issuance of not to exceed $40 million principal amount, subject to a decrease in an amount determined by the board to be in the best interest of the corporation, of school building revenue bonds in accordance with sections 58.180 and 162.120 through 162.300 and 162.385 of the Kentucky Revised Statutes to provide funds for school building purposes, providing and determining the duty of said funds sufficient to pay the principal of an interest on said revenue bonds as and when they mature, the creation of adequate maintenance and insurance funds, and authorizing the execution of a lease of such foregoing property to the Board of Education of Rockcastle County, Kentucky.
Good job.
So, with that being said, this
I
is.
move to approve.
That's what, that's what I wanted to hear, and that's what I wanted. All in favor?
Yes.
Item 5, approval of engagement letter with Steptoe and, did I say that right?
Mhm.
Okay, and Johnson.
Yes, and that is also uploaded in your same folder with the special called board meeting documents.
Any questions?
Motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Yep.
And item 6, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting of the Rockcastle County School District Finance Corporation.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to come back into our regular or special called board meeting.
So moved.
Yes. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yep.
There we go. Great, we got that part over.
Right.
Item 5E.
D.
D. I gotta read all this
Yeah,
again.
you
don't I?
gotta read it.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
sorry.
Item 5D, review and approve the resolution entering into contract with Rockcastle County District Finance Corporation, which is what we just did, and I will read this for us. A resolution of the Board of Education of the Rockcastle County, Kentucky School District confirming the acceptance of an offer of assistance from the Kentucky School Facilities Construction Commission, authorizing and approving the execution of a lease agreement with the Rockcastle County School District Finance Corporation and any further necessary instruments, approving certain architect's plans for the construction of certain school building projects, authorizing and approving the execution of a supplement to the continuing disclosure procedures, and approving the plan of financing the cost of said projects. Need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I'll make the second.
All in favor? Item 5E. Review and approve the resolution approving the issuance of general obligation bonds. Dr. Ballinger?
Yes, and Mr. Keith, would you like to give an explanation about
Sure.
the general obligation bonds and the difference in what the finance corporation just did versus this?
No, that's be great. And apologies for all of the procedural stuff. I know it's difficult. Those first two steps that we just went through is the normal way school finance had been done. I don't know, before I was alive, basically, or at least practicing in this world. Subsequently, though, in the last legislative cycle, the legislature passed House Bill 727, which now gives the school districts the ability to issue what we call general obligation bonds. Cities and counties have been doing it in Kentucky since the mid-90s, so this is really just another tool for you all in terms of how to finance projects. The reason you have kind of a multi-tiered is there's constitutional limits on how many general obligation bonds you can issue. And so we're taking your financing of the middle school and basically splitting it into two series of bonds, the normal kind of lease revenue structure, and then a portion of it general obligation. And so the reason we're doing that ultimately is to save money to the district. The real difference, without trying to get too technical, unless I want to sit around and listen to me talk about it, because I can go on, is it's essentially the lease revenue structure is what we just did, which is basically the finance corporation, which is really just an arm of the district, issues revenue bonds that is supported by a lease back to the board. So ultimately you're paying for everything, but that's the legal mechanism. And what it is technically subject to appropriation, meaning that you have to appropriate those lease payments every time you do your budget. Investors look at that as a risk, right? Whereas the general obligations are ultimately backed by the same revenues that you're using to make payment, but the legal structure is a tax. So it's essentially a pledge of a tax to support the debt. And so that lowers the interest costs on those portions of the bonds. And so that's kind of it in a nutshell, but hopefully
That sounds perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Item 5E, review and approve the resolution approving the issuance of general obligation bonds. I'm going to read this now, okay? A resolution, you got to hear me read a bunch first, man.
Okay, sorry.
A resolution of the Board of Education of Rockcastle County, Kentucky Board authorizing and approving the issuance of general obligation bonds series 2024 in the principal amount not to exceed $16 million, subject to a decrease in amount determined to be in the best interests of the board, the bonds, the proceeds of which are to be used for a public project. Authorizing the establishment of certain funds to provide for the collection of, to the extent required, the proceeds of a direct annual tax on all taxable property within the school district, in addition to all other taxes. Authorizing the execution of the bonds and the disbursement of the proceeds therefor. Authorizing the investment of funds pursuant to KRS 66.480. Providing the delegation by the Board of Education of authority to the Secretary of the Board to determine certain matters related to the bonds and authorizing such other documents, agreements, and certificates necessary or required for the issuance of bonds. With that being said, I need a motion to approve.
I'll motion. Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Next, I would like a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Yes, second.
All right, all in favor?